I'm Bella Shaw. Perhaps you remember me from my days on CNN. Well, today we're going to talk about beauty, inside and out, and more specifically, Sally Van Sweringen's new book, It's Not Over Yet. You know, when I was growing up, I remember a lot of the moms looked a lot like Mrs. Doubtfire. They were in their 30s or 40s, you know. Boy, have times changed.
Absolutely.
Women today in their 40s and 50s, well, we're setting a mark, aren't we? We're role models and examples of how to reclaim your beauty power, even of women of a certain age. Sally, you had an aha moment that you decided, I've got to write a book about It's Not Over Yet. What was that moment? Was it a bank or something?
It was the life-changing moment. In the bank, I have my daughter, she was just 2 years old at the time, and I had the mom look. I had the big baggy dress and the sunglasses trying to escape the glare of anyone looking at me. And I was basically invisible. And a woman in line next to me, more mature than I, she said to me, "So what do you do?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a stylist. I do makeup, studio work." And I was all proud. She said, "Really?"
What was she trying to say?
So when I went out to the car, I looked at myself in the mirror and holding my little baby girl, and I thought, wow, I really have become invisible.
Wow. That was your aha moment.
That was it.
Anybody else can relate? You know, it seems like when you look your worst, you know, you don't want anyone to see you. That's when you run into everybody you know.
Totally.
When you walk out of the salon, your hair looks all beautiful, you never see anybody you know.
That's for sure. That's true.
Is that true?
That's true.
But can you relate to walking around in sweatpants or, you know, hoping nobody sees you and you just, you know what, when you look like that, you feel like that.
One day I look at myself in the mirrors, and then I look at my closet, like you said in your book, and I realized that only thing I owned was t-shirts, loose t-shirts and shorts. That day I ran to the store and I spent a few $100s in just changing completely my
Change
wardrobe.
it up.
Yeah.
Change it up.
Because I let myself go, like you said, baby, you know, it's more comfortable, you don't realize, you just go, you have to carry the backpack and you carry it, so.
Janet, have you ever had an experience like that?
The only time I did have a little bit of an experience like that, I'm from the East Coast, and maybe like Peru, and I also grew up with a mom who was very conscientious about putting yourself together and always being, you know, on when you're out in public, because you never know who you're going to bump into. So my mother was worked in New York and was in the industry, the fashion industry, and then also she worked on Wall Street. So she was always put together. So that was something that was ingrained into my head. When I moved to California, I felt a little too formal. So I started letting it go a little bit and, you know, putting the sweatpants on. It didn't last for long. I didn't feel right. I didn't feel, because I felt like once I did that, and I did, especially if I went to the gym, and you know how you stay in your gym clothes all day, I stopped that.
No going
Yeah,
to
You know,
physical,
if I interrupt for a minute, I talked to Jenny. We had a nice conversation about that. And Jenny's a beauty queen.
Right, Miss Arizona.
Yeah, Miss Arizona.
That was a long time ago.
No.
Oh my God, it's going to still be
Long
like
time.
that.
Tell us a little bit about the pressure to stay beautiful,
Well,
and when you do go out, you feel like you have to be put
You're a
together all
former
the
Miss
time.
Arizona.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like Janet, my mom, she was from New York, and she was in television. So every day, I mean, she didn't go anywhere unless she was fully put together. And I remember sitting in the bathroom when I was a kid watching her put on her makeup, and I couldn't wait till the day that I could put on makeup. And so even before I was Miss Arizona, I already had that instilled in me, you know, you don't go out unless you're put together. You need to look good, and that's important. But it's gotten to the point, so I didn't really have any of those moments. I mean, I wouldn't be caught dead. But I wear dresses all the time. I just love dresses. So what I was telling you, Sally, was that, you know, my husband makes fun of me because, like, maybe we're going to do yard work or something. He goes, "Oh, that doesn't look like a gardening dress. You better go put on a gardening dress."
He's always in dresses. That's true. I've never seen you in slacks. And Cheryl, what is your background? And do you feel the pressure just being in California that you've got to look good?
You know, I'm a California girl.
Okay.
Born and raised. And I'm used to being the casual one.
Yeah.
When I was younger, but now that I'm older and I have a career, I try not to ever go out looking too casual, because that's when I'll run into everybody that could be a potential client or something.
And what kind of work are you in?
I'm a property manager for commercial.
Okay.
So.
And you're Woman of the Year, too.
Oh,
Just
thank
thought
you.
I'd throw that in. Right off the top.
Just throw that in.
So we don't forget. We've talked about dressing frumpy. Let's segue now into the Daisy Dukes look and the boots from Dukes of Hazzard. That's why they called it Dukes of Hazzard. It's hazardous to wear that kind of clothes, isn't it? When you see a mom in her 40s and she's got all the cutoffs and the little Ugg boots, and I had an experience one time. I saw somebody from behind. I thought, wow, what an attractive young girl. And she turned around and she was like,
Well, Bella, looking appropriate, even if you have the body for it, Daisy Dukes and Ugg boots, and you've seen that look, at a certain age isn't the right look for us.
yeah.
It's kind of hard to know though sometimes. Sometimes I look at things and I'm like, oh gosh, is this too young for me? I don't know. I'm at that where I'm starting to go, do I need to go to a different store? Do I need to start wearing something different? So I guess you have to turn to your girlfriends and your
I just
your
never want to be
daughters.
called handsome, okay? I'm getting in her 60s and 70s. She's a handsome woman. No, okay?
That won't happen to you.
Why are women in their 40s has to be dressing like a 20-year-old? Like you said, even if they do have the body. Because there are women in their 40s that I have to say they have killer bodies, even better than 20 years old.
And there's so much we can do to keep younger looking. Have you ever seen people, they've got like the gray roots, and they don't color their hair and they let themselves go and they don't even, wear lip gloss or something. There's so much at our disposal. I'm sure you see it all the time. These makeovers.
So much. And the thing is that a lot of women don't, in our age range, and there's a lot of age ranges here, don't realize all the things that are out there for them. There's so many things, beauty points, tips, and mindsets that we can reclaim our beauty power. And that's what I go into depth in It's Not Over Yet. All these points and things that we may not be using to reclaim. We're doing the same things. They say a lot of women tend to do their makeup and hair the way they did in high school or college.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the 80s look? Like somebody's got that little bang that's rolled. You're still wearing your hair the same way.
hair out.
Well, I see a lot of women, they're not wearing a stitch of makeup, nothing. And I think, gosh, you could just look so beautiful if you
Little
just
mascara.
a little mascara, a little lip gloss, a little blush, but I think they're afraid to try it, but they shouldn't be.
'60 is the new 40.
Okay.
And we've gone from the the frumpy look and the Daisy Dukes to evolving, being classic, being chic, being elegant, so that people go, wow, being confident. And people will still say, you're beautiful. You don't have, we got to get away from this digitally altered image, of 16-year-olds selling, wrinkle cream, anti-wrinkle cream.
And don't you think that's changing a little bit?
I
not
hope
fast
so.
enough,
Not
but a little
fast
bit.
enough.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Not fast enough. So it's all up here. We just have to change the perception out there.
Yes.
It's a mindset. And speaking of mindset, because you do address that in the book, to be positive and stay away from toxic people, right?
No biatches.
Oh,
Am I allowed to say that?
Where'd you get that
Yeah.
word?
I know. I okay, I got it.
It's the nice way of saying the other word. So I have a salon, the A-List, and I wouldn't dream of having someone work with me that is that mindset, that type of person. And you know what I'm talking about. You go shopping with your friend and she says to you, I don't know, Cheryl, I don't know if that's quite the right dress for you, blah, 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 in kind of a negative way. If she could say, oh, Cheryl, you know what? This would look beautiful on you. This would really bring out your figure. These are the friends we want to be with. These are the friends we want to surround ourselves with. So if you have any of those biatches, can I say that? Get them out, and only have the friends who encourage you in this second half of our life. We are role models. I consider myself a role model. Bella's a role model for me. So is Cheryl. Every woman here is a role model. Ray, my stylist, is a role model to me. Samantha, they embody the type of person I want to be like. And I think that's really important that you surround yourself with women that you want to be like. And if you do that, it's going to make you even more beautiful in your second half.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing how a smile can take 10 years off your face?
It does. It really does.
It really does.
I think about that when I want to look younger. I smile. All the
I think it was Audrey Hepburn who said something like, if you want to be beautiful, let your lips speak beautiful things. Let your eyes see the good in people. Do some kindness. Beauty, let's talk about that for a minute. Beauty is not just external. We've talked about the clothes. We've talked about the makeup and the hair. But isn't beauty, doesn't it come from the inside?
It does, it really does.
As we've talked about beauty from the outside, right? We've talked about all the things we can do, color our hair, makeup, go to the gym, dress beautifully, all of that. But what about the inside? Cheryl, you've been a volunteer, Woman of the Year. Tell us about the inner beauty.
I feel so comfortable and so happy doing volunteering work, and I'm in a lot of organizations, and it just makes me feel young and beautiful.
Wow.
It's great.
That is great.
And I think it takes you away from your problems. If you have to work and help someone else, it takes you away from the me thing.
Yeah.
And then you're not looking in the mirror going, oh, I've got more wrinkles, because you're focusing on what good you could do.
Right.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's so sad. You know, there was a girl, she's in her 50s, and we were talking about Thanksgiving plans or something, and they said, what are you going to do for Thanksgiving? And she said, oh, I can't eat. Oh, I can't eat.
Why?
Well, I can really watch my weight.
You're gonna go to the extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take care of yourself,
Golly, you
watch your
can't have
diet,
Thanksgiving
but
dinner?
it's still good. Like in my case, I love to eat. I'm Peruvian. What do you expect? We Peruvians love to eat. We're so proud of our cuisine. You will never find a Peruvian that doesn't like to eat. So we love to eat. So I think if you can still be healthy and watch, but not go to the extreme. That's when the problem
And you have
comes.
to exercise. You have to, you can get really busy, but you have to cut out that time for yourself to stay in shape, and that really, then you can eat the good things.
Time for yourself, I think that's important too. I think at this point, we do need to realize we have to take time for ourselves. We spend so much time with our kids, our businesses and everything. And I myself get wrapped up with running my business and doing freelance work and everything that I make this mistake, and it is a challenge for me. Oh, I have to send that email. I have to make that phone call. I'm going to go to the gym in an hour. I'm going to walk at 10 o'clock. That hour, now I have a client at noon. Got to take a shower and get over there. But when you schedule it in, you make yourself do it. As we age, we've got to do it more than ever. I talk about a part in my book about hiking uphill, how it helps the knees and the legs, because as we get older, we get that squishy stuff at our knees. And we have to concentrate on keeping our legs long, our arms long, and our shoulders broad, and all these things come through yoga, exercise, walking, things like
And
that.
good posture, too.
When you're 45, when you're 50, when you're 55 or 60, we are living those last 15 to 20 years of youth. And I'm talking, we could climb a mountain. We could
Travel,
still do everything. We could do everything we want to do, physical things. Let's do these things now. Do them now. Don't put it off.
Yeah.
Really
I
important.
mean, it's all relative. If an 80-year-old man ran off with a 60-year-old woman, you'd say, he ran off with a younger woman. 60 is the new 40, 60, 60. You know, we're reinventing. That's no longer considered over the hill. We'll all share some of our beauty secrets, but one of them is the shoes.
I talk about the type of shoes we should wear. That one of the secrets is you can get a shoe with a platform on the bottom, and it really, thank you, Ray. Ooh, gorgeous. You could get a platform on the bottom. It's a neutral shoe with a platform bottom. It immediately lifts your leg up, makes your legs look longer, and it creates an illusion of length. And then also,
This
you
can be
can
worn
use
with black too.
Yeah,
You can wear it
absolutely.
with any color.
everyone should have
It's
a
a
neutral shoe.
neutral color.
And another type of shoe is a red. Can I see that red strap
And you know
shoe?
what I like about this? It's not slippery.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about.
Well,
being
we talk,
uncomfortable.
Bella, I wanted to say that, thank you. I talk in my book about Frankenstein shoes. And what I mean are those shoes that are out now, they're supposed to be sexy.
5 inches and
Still-
2 inches platform.
I don't even see young ladies looking good in that. They're Frankenstein. They're walking like this. We need to be in a womanly shoe where we could walk forward. I talk about Marilyn Monroe in the movie Niagara and how the longest shot in history was done with Marilyn in her shoes and her classic pumps. So if you want to have a shoe that's a little thicker and heavier and you want to be a little bit more modern, fine, but go with a platform, a strappy on the back, and that's much more flattering to the leg than the big, thick Frankenstein shoes.
Absolutely.
I don't know how some of those girls walk in those shoes.
No, and you know
I
what?
know that.
They always say They're comfortable.
They have like comfortable.
I can't wear flats. Are you kidding me? I'm in these 8 hours a day. I wear them all day long. They are so comfortable, and the heels.
I can
like
even
this.
run.
Yeah, I jog in these.
You know, actually, that's a good point. I was going to say another point I make is that when women, and we're kind of going back to something else, but like women, when they say, I wear these baggy clothes because my husband likes me this way. There's two men here, and I want to know if they could tell me, do their husbands really like them that way? I would guess they don't. The husband want their wives to step it up a notch. You know, my boyfriend, he loves it when I do a little something extra, and ladies, do something, change it up. Wear a sexy shoe, change up your hair, go get some highlights, cover up that gray. Do something to change up your look.
Exactly. Any other beauty secrets? I'll share one of mine. In fact, Sally did these human hair lashes on me. That's one of my little beauty secrets. I love lashes. And it just kind of gives you a little glamorous edge. Mm-hmm. And I leave mine on. Now, it may not be good, but I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, and I go, hey,
I
got
love
my lashes on. I sleep in them, So that's my little beauty secret.
Well, just drinking a lot of water and trying to exercise. Exfoliate. That's one thing
Exfoliate.
I do. Exfoliate my face once or twice a week. And be strict with my daily cream and washing my face and all that.
You got that great Peruvian skin.
It's important at nighttime to just at least, if you can't do anything else, if you're partying, you're like, I'm not doing it tonight, get your moisturizer, pat it around the eyes, get it around those eyes so you have something, because at nighttime our toxins come out, and this is where we really start to show our age in here. So keep that moisturizer on the eyes.
I guess my biggest beauty secret would be lots of water. I love to drink water. It's part of my hydration. It's part of my daily routine. The other one would be to stay out of the sun. Mm-hmm. My mother, for years, she would always sit on the beach with the umbrella over her as we were growing up. And I'm like, what? But now I understand that thoroughly. And the other thing I like to do is every day I like to treat myself to a little something, even if it's a piece of chocolate.
Oh, I drink a lot of water. I hydrate constantly. I am just like thirsty all the time, so I think it helps with my skin. And I'm lucky that my mother has very nice skin. She's 83, and she's got beautiful skin, so hopefully mine will look like that when I'm 83 also. And then to pamper myself, I just found some 3D eyelashes that I just tried for the first time, and I'm really...
I want to try those. I hear about those.
Yeah, so I'm wearing them today. But,
you look gorgeous.
But I try to do that, and I won't leave the house without my lip gloss and my eyeliner and a little blush at least.
How great she looks.
What are yours?
Dance stimulates your blood. It does so many things. So I think that's my new beauty secret. Thank you. I would just say that I wrote this book because I've been all three of those women that I described, and I've experienced it. And I think it's sad when I see a woman not going for it. And actually, my book coach, the person who encouraged me to write the book, gave me an amazing life turner. She said to me, you realize we're in our last 10 years of youth. Now you might say, what are you talking about? I'm going to be hiking mountains when I'm 75. What she meant was between like 50 and 60, let's say, this is our last 10 years to really rock it, push it. And I see women wasting too many years of not doing that. I love it when a woman sits in my chair and they're my Barbie dolls. They're my Barbies. And I make them up and do their color and do their faces and show them the new look, and they walk proud and happy, and they look, like Bella Shaw's when they come out of the chair. And I feel good about that, but I'd like to see more women do it. I'd like to see more women continuing to do it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Absolutely.
It's not over yet, is it?
No, it's not.
And you know what? It never will be. We'll be the best we can be at 60. We'll be the best we can be at 70 and 80. And people will...
Just don't ever give up.
Don't ever give up. There's
no reason for it.
And you can age beautifully.
Yes.
So
it's not over yet.